longtime anti-racism crusaders up. Nelson Johnson is here with us, and he's here with his grandson to ask a question about public education and what it means to. Are you here, Brother Nelson? I'm looking for him. Please, come on up. All right. How we take this, anti-racism that you're talking about in terms of voting rights and apply it to public education.
And why
that
matters with poverty.
And
if you're going to deal with poverty, we have to deal with access to public education, not just for black people, but for all people. But he's going to question his own way with his grandson.
My name is Nelson Johnson, 4 years Air Force, retired pastor, and now co-director of the Beloved Community Center. I'm partnering with my grandson today. I'd like to invite him to introduce himself.
Bring that mic down to him real good.
My name is Nelson Josiah Samari Johnson. I am 10 years old in 5th grade, attending school at The Point, located in High Point, North Carolina, and I am very glad to be here.
We're glad you're here.
All right. Thank you for coming.
So our question is, we know access to high-quality public education is essential to addressing inequality in this country. But our public schools are being undermined by underfunding and resegregation. If you get to appoint the next Secretary of Education, what will be the education priorities of your administration? What will be the education priorities of your administration?
Well, thank you both for joining us and for speaking out. Very first consideration for a Secretary of Education is that they believe in public education.
All right.
Because I don't think we have that right now.
Thank you.
Second is that they believe in equity in public education. Third is that they would be willing to commit resources with the backing of the president, of course, who will be willing to go to Congress and go to bat for this to make sure that everybody has access to quality public education. Whether you thrive should not come down to whether you were fortunate enough to win an admissions lottery to one of a handful of schools. By the way, this is important not only for the clear and glaring reason that we need to make sure that we educate everybody well and give them that chance to thrive, but also because right now we are starting to see many communities where the polarization and stratification is happening in our schools. In other words, if public school is only considered to be there for people who don't have access to something else, then it becomes one less thing we all have in common as a country at a time when we desperately need to have more things in common as a country. And so for all of these reasons and more, we've got to act. Now, in most countries, if you have an area where there's more poverty or more need, you can expect that more dollars would go into educating the students in that area. We are one of the few places where often the reverse is true, partly because of the reliance on property taxes in many places and other problems with the way we fund our schools. So it's why I would begin by routing a massive increase in federal dollars through Title I that sends those dollars to the schools where they are needed most.